that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers! Brandon Ayuk, 34 yards. And the 49ers are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of.
A play fake for Sermon. Now Lance. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week one picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Lance now on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time on the catch and run.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving it.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week one.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this.
Off of play action, here's Lance. He'll buy some time right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On play action, Lance out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Lance looks to throw again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. Gets this one a use check.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. On 1st down, Lance. And he comes back with one complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll make this a 2nd down. Here's Lance. Got a man. That's Ayuk.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player.
And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 87 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplished.
Play action. Now it's Lance. That's caught left side by Landry. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. The throw over the middle, taken in. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown. A big play there. With now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Niners are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at Week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in Week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what...
A little jet sweep to start the drive. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the mark. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for San Francisco, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd.